Prince Harry has made headlines since he was a young boy, but there's still a lot fans might not know about the royal. From his teen years to whether or not he has a surname, here are some things you might not know about him. When Prince Harry was 13 years old, his father, Prince Charles, took him to visit South Africa, and it was quite an eventful trip. After going on a safari, the young prince met iconic girl group, the Spice Girls. A BBC News article published at the time reported, the younger son of the Prince of Wales was a big hit with Baby Spice, Emma Bunton, who held Harry's hand and kissed him tenderly on the cheek. After meeting the Spice Girls, he and his father watched them perform at a charity concert in Johannesburg. Their South African trip was in 1997, just a few months after the death of Harry's mother, Princess Diana. According to the BBC, it was Harry's first big event following the tragedy. Noting that this type of event was one the prince typically would have attended with his mother, BBC correspondent Jenny Bond said, "By bringing him, Prince Charles is showing in some small way how her influence lives on."
I hope that a lot of my mother's talents are shown in a lot of the work that I do.
After leaving Eton College in 2003, Prince Harry took a gap year to travel and volunteer. According to the BBC, he spent some of his time working on a sheep farm in Australia. Then he went to Lesotho, where he volunteered to help orphans. In fact, Harry's time in Lesotho had a huge impact on him, and he even co-founded nonprofit Sentabale in 2006 with the Prince of Lesotho, Prince Seeiso, to help children in the area, many of whom have often been affected by HIV, AIDS, and poverty. The managing director of the Touching Tiny Lives Foundation spoke highly of Prince Harry and Prince Seiso's work, telling ITV News, "If it wasn't for Prince Harry and Prince Seiso, many of the children that we are supporting wouldn't be alive. That's a fact." On Sentabale's website, Harry spoke about his time in Lesotho and all he learned from Seiso, revealing, "I was lucky enough to have an amazing guide in Prince Seiso. His knowledge and compassion for his country showed me that there could be a way of making a difference in Lesotho that would go far beyond the building projects I worked on."
It didn't take me long to be hooked on the country and to the irresistible smiles of its children.
Through their shared passion for helping the children of Lesotho, the two princes formed a real bond. In fact, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle avoided inviting many foreign politicians and royals to their wedding in 2018, but they made an exception for Prince Seiso. Notably, he'd also been invited to Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding in 2011. In 2012, English musician Gary Barlow created Sing, a single for Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee celebrations. The song, which Andrew Lloyd Webber co-wrote, features 230 musicians with contributions coming from 3 continents. While Barlow was traveling to record the various artists, he met up with Prince Harry in Jamaica and got the prince to play the tambourine. Barlow recorded Harry's musical talents on his laptop, and his tambourine playing appears on the finished track. Barlow talked about meeting the prince to the Daily Beast, saying, "He's fun and relaxed, and he's a really nice kid." After asking the royal to contribute to the song, Prince Harry initially told Barlow that he didn't sing, but once the Take That frontman explained what he had in mind, Harry was apparently game to join in, Barlow shared. "Then we met him later on that night, and he did the tambourine hit, and we spun it into the track. He probably hasn't got a clue what he's part of just yet." As part of the royal family, Prince Harry grew up under a microscope, so it makes sense that the prince wanted to keep a low profile when it came to social media. In the biography, Finding Freedom, the authors discuss Harry's secret Instagram account, Spiky Mouse. The seemingly random name was reportedly inspired in part by one of the prince's favorite DJs, Deadmau5. The beginning of the handle Spiky is apparently an alias the prince had used before on Facebook when he went by Spike Wells, according to Hello Magazine. The username surfaced when Meghan Markle and Prince Harry first started dating, as the authors of Finding Freedom explained. Although she shared much of her London visit on social media, Meghan knew she had to keep her dates a secret. But the clues were there. Around the time of their first encounter, she began to follow a mysterious-looking Instagram account by the name of Spiky Mouse. While it's fine to take an interest in the royal family, some admirers have reportedly taken that interest several steps too far. According to The Express, some of these overly enthused fans even refer to themselves as Harry hunters. They make a point of keeping track of where Harry will be and try to run into him. One blogger detailed the prince's tour stops in the US, saying, "It is more than I could have hoped for. He goes and adds a stop in my home state of New Jersey. No, it's not just to see me, although I've heard that's why he requested this tour. tour stop. The Daily Mail even reported that one woman was arrested after trying to break into a charity polo match the prince was playing in. About the incident, police spokesman Craig Gray said, "Prince Harry is a high prominence figure. There are some people who have got an unhealthy attraction to him." Prince Harry has proven himself to be quite the adventurer. In 2013, he trekked to the South Pole on an expedition with the charity Walking with the Wounded. The charity helps UK veterans re-enter society and live independent lives, and these grueling annual trips are presumably one of the ways the organization funds its vital work. The prince is a patron of the charity, and when a group of 12 injured servicemen and women decided to trek to the South Pole, he joined them. Together, they completed a 200-mile trek through harsh terrain while pulling sleds weighing 150 pounds or more. The BBC quoted Harry praising one of the veterans on the trek, Sergeant Duncan Slater, who became an amputee during his Afghanistan service. The prince said, "Slater simply doesn't find walking to the South Pole a big enough challenge. I think everyone back home will appreciate the fact that just being able to walk 100 kilometers, 62 miles, in these conditions with no legs is a pretty amazing feat in itself." Prince Harry has had an illustrious military career. He served in the British Army for 10 years with 2 tours in Afghanistan. During that time, he eventually rose to the rank of captain. However, he started as a cadet, just like anyone else.
I'm out here doing my job, that's all I can say at the moment.
The prince entered training in May 2005 and was known as Officer Cadet Wales. After completing rigorous training, he joined the Blues and Royals, a cavalry regiment in the British Army, in 2006. In February 2008, the Ministry of Defense announced to the public that Harry had been serving in Afghanistan for over 2 months by that time. The royal family released a statement about his service, saying, "Prince Harry is very proud to serve his country on operations alongside his fellow soldiers and to do the job he has been trained for." In their tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021, Meghan Markle revealed that she and Prince Harry had actually exchanged vows days before their official wedding.
3 days before our wedding, we got married.
As Markle explained, "No one knows that, but we called the Archbishop of Canterbury and we just said, look, this spectacle is for the world, but we want our union between us." This caused some confusion, as it left many wondering if the televised royal wedding had been some kind of ruse. However, the Archbishop of Canterbury cleared things up, assuring La Repubblica that the legal ceremony took place on Saturday, May 19, 2018. He revealed, "I signed the wedding certificate, which is a legal document, and I would have committed a serious criminal offense if I signed it knowing it was false." However, he did confirm that he had many meetings with the couple prior to the wedding, which he considers confidential. So, based on his and Markle's statements, we're guessing the couple exchanged vows in one of these meetings, and even if they weren't legally binding, it's clear they meant a lot to Harry and his wife. It's clear that Prince Harry's time in the military impacted him, and he's now passionate about his work with veterans. Along with his patronage at Walking with the Wounded, he also established the Invictus Games, an international sports competition for injured servicemen and women. Per the royal family's official website, the inaugural Invictus Games in London 2014 used the power of sport to inspire recovery, support rehabilitation, and generate a wider understanding and respect for wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women. Prince Harry described the competition and the participants by saying, "These games have been about seeing guys sprinting for the finish line and then turning around to clap the last man in. These games have shown the very best of the human spirit." During his time in the military, Prince Harry was called Officer Cadet Wales. According to The Guardian, as he advanced, he was known as Captain Wales. This is because the prince doesn't technically have a last name. As part of the royal family, he's always had titles which identify him in place of any official family last name. His full name is Henry Charles Albert David, quite a mouthful, and as you may have noticed, his first name isn't even Harry. That's just a nickname for Henry. Importantly, there's not a last name in sight. In 2020, Harry dropped the title His Royal Highness, but he is still called the Duke of Sussex, though that's not a last name either. To make up for this lack of last name, both of his children are using the surname Mountbatten-Windsor. As noted by the royal family's official website, all the Queen's children, on occasions when they needed a surname, would have the surname Mountbatten-Windsor. Unless the Prince of Wales chooses to alter the present decisions when he becomes king, he will continue to be of the House of Windsor, and his grandchildren will use the surname Mountbatten-Windsor. Meghan Markle has been a known animal lover for years.
But I just love rescuing.
So it's no surprise that she and Prince Harry adopted another rescue dog together. According to People, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex adopted a black Labrador in August 2018. They named their dog Pula, which they revealed has a very sentimental meaning for the couple. Pula is the currency used in South Africa's Botswana, where Harry and Meghan spent time after they first started their relationship. The country was clearly significant to the couple as they returned to help with Elephants Without Borders. The two took Pula and one of Markle's original rescue dogs, Guy, to their new home in Los Angeles. However, Bogart had to be rehomed with friends in Canada since his old age made it difficult to travel. After Princess Diana's tragic death in 1997, most of her jewelry was given to her sons. Notably, Prince Harry received Diana's iconic engagement ring, which features a sapphire center surrounded by diamonds. In the documentary The Diana Story, Paul Burrell, Diana's former butler, recalled the prince saying, "I remember when I held Mummy's hand when I was a small boy, and that ring always hurt me because it was so big." When Prince William was planning to propose to Kate Middleton, his younger brother offered him their mother's engagement ring to give to her. As Burrell explained, his one thing he kept from his mother he gave to his brother. That's selfless, kind, and exactly who Diana was. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about the royal family are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.